Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with another live. Man, I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope y'all had a great day overall. We got some things that we currently need to discuss going on in the boxing world. We're going to talk about why Teofimo's clout chasing Jaron Ennis, Floyd Mayweather ran up out of the UK, man, and Conor Benn showing to be a true duck. Shout out to everybody that's in the building right now, man. If y'all can hit the like button as soon as y'all come in, that'll be very much appreciated. I see I already got some comments going on. Shout out to my boy Sean Terrence with the first comment of the day. He said, yo, what's going on, my brother? Coffee Plant, what up? Blunt Sports, what up? Thank you. I appreciate you coming through and showing love as always. Coffee Plant said George Cambosis made fun of forklift drivers. Thoughts? I mean, I didn't see that. I hardly ever pay attention to George Cambosis. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's, more relevant now than ever. That man was a one hit wonder in all honesty. But for him to shit on forklift drivers, it just goes to show, people's true character once they get into a position of power, or when at least they start getting a little bit of money, they feel like some shit is, below them. You feel what I'm saying? But this is the thing, bro. That money that you got, I'm sure you done made a shit ton of money with T.O., the two Devin fights, the Loma fight, but that's not guaranteed to stick around forever. So I would suggest that you remain humble, my brother, because that money could be gone with one wrong mistake. One bad habit, whatever the case is, all that shit could be gone, and then you might be applying to be a forklift driver. There's a lot of fighters who, retire from the sport and then end up broke. So you got to be careful with the words you say, man. Your words hold power, and that shit could really come back to bite you in the ass. Karma is a real thing. You feel what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. From what I understand, some forklift drivers, depending on who you're talking to, they be getting to a nice little bag. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I mean? So, niggas get a little bit of money and act like shit is below them. You feel me? So that's all I really got to say about that. I think he need to tighten up and be a little bit humble. You feel what I'm saying? Because, if it wasn't for boxing, you'd probably be a forklift driver. You feel me? Kevin House, what up? Coffee Plant, what up? Gertz, what's going on? He said, what's going on? I'm chilling, bro. I can't complain. Yep, hit that like button. Like my boy Coffee Plant said, hit that motherfucking like button. Sean Terrence back in the building. He said, T.O. Duck Norman, I heard. Man, listen, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, bro. Oh, he was making fun of Ray Jackson. Well, Ray Jackson be running his mouth. So, all that shit is fair game. I thought he was just blatantly talking about forklift drivers. That boy Ray Jackson, he like running his mouth on social media. So, you know what I mean? If you dishing it out, you gotta be able to take it. Pause. You know what I mean? If that's the case, I'll probably say the same shit. If you talking shit about my career and how ass I am, nigga, let's take a look at your career. Can't be throwing rocks from a glass house, cuz. You can't. Boxing with 2-4, what's going on? Let's hit them likes. Let's hit them likes. We got some things that we need to discuss. We're gonna talk about Teofimo first. You feel what I'm saying? I just it's starting to this pattern that's going on, and I just want to expose it because I'm not sure if you guys are aware. You feel what I'm saying? Coffee Plant said, "How's your day though?" My day was it was a pretty shitty day. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Bad weather in Philly, man. My day at work, that shit dragged. Had some bullshit going on. My son's sick. Shitty day at the gym. It was just all around just shitty, bro. You feel what I'm saying? But we here. You know what I mean? I was looking forward to going on this live and talking. So, you know what I mean? Hopefully this, and we're gonna end this night on a good note, right? We're gonna end this night on a good note, right? My whole day was fucked up. So we gonna end this night on a good note, right? Yeah. Oh, all right. Fuck she talking about. Better not play with me. Say no, I'm just talking shit. I'm just talking shit, y'all. Don't be listening to me. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. So hopefully, he said you a troll, cuz. I'll just be talking shit. My girl know I'm crazy. You know I'm crazy, right? You think I'm slow or I'm crazy? You're slow. See? That was one of them. I ain't know which one. Nah. But yeah, man, it was a shitty day. But yeah, I mean, we gonna find some optimism. Yeah, I mean, we gonna find some optimism tomorrow for sure. We gonna try to bounce back and have a better day tomorrow. You feel what I'm saying? That's all you can do. Horrible weather for sure. Agent 007 says, shit, I work at UPS lifting heavy ass boxes, making 22 an hour. So I dare somebody to say something about my job. Bro, it's money everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's money everywhere. You know, I make a pretty good living doing what I do too. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, fuck these niggas, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And one thing about me, you know, I don't go out of my way to talk crazy about, you know, how much niggas make. And you know, now there have been times where I've gotten shitty customer service and I'm like, damn, this is exactly why you work here. You feel what I'm saying? So I have said some fucked up shit to people in the past, but you know, overall, like me as a person, I don't shit on people for, you know what I'm saying, their situation. You know, I feel like a trying man is somebody who is, I can never look at a trying man or woman as a failure. I feel like I heard J. Cole say this: if you never quit, you never fail. So as long as you attempting to move up the ladder, or at least you got something that could push you in the right direction, I would never look at you as a failure, and I'll never look down on you as a result of that. The neighborhood that I grew up in is the most impoverished neighborhood in Philadelphia. The poverty rate. Let me look this up for y'all, yo. Y'all, let me look this up for y'all because this is how I grew up. I don't know how y'all grew up, and shout out to the people who grew up, you know, in great conditions. You feel what I'm saying? But if you would just make a quick search, I grew up in the Fair Hill section of Philadelphia, right? So that is also known as Badlands, whatever the case is, where all the Puerto Ricans live at. If you just were to look at, let me see the history. I already know the history. Is it let me see. No, demographics. Let me see. I was just looking at the fucking the poverty rate. I was looking at that shit the other day and I was like, wow. Cause when you young and you know what I mean, you grow up like, you know, poor or whatever the case is, you really don't know it. Yeah, I mean, I had everything I needed. It's not until you get a little bit older that you like, damn, I kind of grew up I grew up on some, you know, some fucked up situations. You feel what I'm saying? Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me show you. Because these are facts. I'm not just sitting here talking, and I'm giving y'all the reasoning why I don't shit on people for not being in the best situation, especially financially. And it's a big reason why. Yeah, I mean, I do my business a little bit different in terms of like boxing from everybody else because I'm really understanding of people's situations. Let me see. Look, let me see. Says its poverty rate, referring to my neighborhood, is at 61%, which is about 5 times the national average as of census 2010. 61%, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like this is where I come from. The poverty rate 61%, 5 times the national average. The median household income in Fairhill is $14,185, which is a monthly income of under $1,200. The average monthly rent is about $800. This is the type shit that I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? And Philadelphia overall has the highest poverty rate of any of the top 10 most populous cities in the United States. You feel what I'm saying? So this is how I grew up. You feel what I mean? So when I hear people, you know what I mean, and it was crazy as I know niggas that came up in my neighborhood that grew up to be millionaires, and then they shit on the niggas they grew up in the neighborhood with. Like, nigga, instead of you just, you know, feeling blessed to be in this situation and try to put other people in position, you can't save everybody. I learned that. You feel what I'm saying? But what I am gonna say is Instead of, being humble about the shit and then trying your best to, pull people out of that situation, you go out of your way to shit on them. It just goes to show that, you might not be, you probably work hard to get there, so I'm not going to knock you for that for you, but you might not be deserving of that, in all honesty. You feel what I mean? But let's get into the boxing talk, man. Let's definitely get into the boxing talk. We got some things that we need to discuss. Ghost 787 says, what we talking about? Exactly what's in the headline, my brother. The title, Teofimo Clout chasing Jaron Ennis. I wanted to expose some things about just Teofimo overall and when he makes these types of offers. I just want to point something out that might not be, visible to you guys. We're going to talk about Mayweather getting ran up out of the UK. From what I heard, he got smacked up or something. You know what I'm saying? The Conor Benn showing to be a true duck. You know what I'm saying? Him trying to make it seem like he's this well-known star in the boxing world and how nobody really knows Jaron Ennis. And, he walked around Philly and people recognized him. Nobody will recognize Boots in the UK except boxing fans and all this other goofy shit. We going to talk about it. And then he goes on to mention people that he looks at as big names. We going to talk about it. You feel what I'm saying? But let's get into this. Yeah, they said Floyd got smacked up in the UK, man. For that, we're gonna talk about it. But let's get into Teofimo first. Pause. So, can you give me that Capri Sun over there? I'm surprised. I thought he was gonna be like, no. But Teofimo Lopez, man, what I wanted to get into with him, in all honesty, was the ongoing situation that, he's been talking about in terms of, wanting to fight Boots, wanting to fight Crawford, wanting to fight Gervonta Davis, and how, he's sending out offers. He's sending out offers, and he's going out and saying how he wants to do a pay-per-view event, 55-45 in his favor, and he feels like that makes sense because he's a two-time lineal champion. Let's get into this. Tio, the fact that you believe that you deserve a majority of the pay-per-view revenue against guys who do better numbers than you is absolutely insane, and it just lets me know that you already coming into this negotiations with the intention of fucking it up. You know damn well in your mind you are not the A side with no Jaron Ennis. Jaron Ennis isn't this big pay-per-view star. Yeah, we all know this, but in terms of generating revenue and putting asses in seats, I guarantee you that Jaron Ennis has put more asses in the seats in Wells Fargo than Teofimo Lopez has put at MSG. I guarantee you the gates that he done put up and everything was more significant than Teofimo Lopez's. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, Tio really think he a star. So to think that you're going to be the A side of the pay-per-view event when that person sells more than you, absolutely insane. Of course, you could be more accomplished than them, but that doesn't make you the A side. You being more accomplished than a fighter does not correspond with you being the A side in the fight. It's all about what you sell. It's not about how accomplished you are. It's what you sell. For example, Floyd Mayweather was like the pound for pound number one guy in the world when he fought Oscar De La Hoya. But who put more asses in the seats? Who was the hotter commodity? Who had the bigger fan base? Who was selling more? Oscar De La Hoya. So he had to do what he had to do. From what I understand, Floyd was the B-side going into the Arturo Gatti fight. Correct me if I'm wrong. But who was more accomplished at the time? Floyd Mayweather. But who was the hotter commodity? Who was putting asses in the seats? It was Arturo Gatti. You feel what I'm saying? As crazy as Tio has never been on a pay-per-view. Absolutely not. Right? We gonna get deeper into this. Pause. You okay, babe? Yeah. So moving on. That's just Jaron Ennis. Now we gonna get into Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford, who is not only more accomplished than Teofimo Lopez, he has a history of selling pay-per-views. He's a bigger star than Teofimo Lopez. You feel what I'm saying? It's showing in terms of purses. It shows in terms of pay-per-view numbers. He did a pay-per-view. He did a pay-per-view with Earl Spencer. How much did that sell? Let's look that up. We go. This is easy math, dog. This is easy math. Earl Spence, they did 700,000 pay-per-view buys, generating over 59 million in revenue. This is according to Wikipedia. But was also reported by Front Office Sports. So that's 700,000 more pay-per-view buys than Teofimo Lopez has ever made in his career. And I'm beyond sure, I'm positive, I know definitively for a fact that Teofimo Lopez has never generated $59 million in an event. In all honesty, I feel like he's probably never accumulated that with all of the fights combined in his career. So the fact that you think that you're gonna have a 55-45 split with Terrence Crawford in a fucking fight is insane. Now let's go into probably the biggest pay-per-view star out of the three. Well, for a fact, number-wise, Gervonta has done bigger numbers than both Bud and Boots. Boots doesn't have a pay-per-view trail yet. Bud does, but Gervonta has shown to sell more historically. You mean to tell me that you're gonna send a 55-45 split in pay-per-view revenue to Gervonta Davis? Do you know what the fuck they gonna do? Leonard Ellaby, if he's still dealing with Tank, whoever the fuck his team is, they gonna look at that shit and laugh their motherfucking ass off. You know why? Because first of all, they the A side, so you can't offer them shit. Second of all, the fact that you think that you're gonna get a majority of the pay-per-view split when Gervonta has altogether sold 1 million plus pay-per-views and you haven't sold none, bro. Where the fuck does that ever make sense, bro? How does that even make sense? You don't even have to be a fucking shrewd businessman or anything like that to understand that is ass backwards. So it just goes to show that Teofimo Lopez, for one, is delusional, like we've been saying for years, and two, he must not really want these fights because he's not going into negotiations realistically. He knows in his head that shit don't make sense. He cannot prove that he's a bigger star than neither one of them guys that he sent offers to allegedly. And from what I heard, the offer that was sent to Jaron Ennis was real from Teofimo Lopez's side. But when your approach is illogical, when you coming into negotiations being unrealistic, you can't necessarily say, oh, well, I offered him to fight and he turned it down. Yeah, but tell him why they turned it down. And this is another thing, right? And this comes from, remember when they said, oh, they need 20 million to fight Devin Haney and shit like that? Because, they ain't never really want that smoke with Devin Haney. The real know what it is. But do y'all remember when, Bill and Devin, they was trying to get Gervonta to fight and they offered 20 million. And then T.O. Sr. came out and was like, oh, give us that 20 million. We'll fight you. Give us that 20 million. And then I remember prior to that, they wanted 10 million. And mind you, this is the same dude who admitted himself that he's never brought home $1 million. So you never brought home $1 million and you want $10 million to fight Dev. And then after finding out they offered Tank 20, now y'all niggas want 20. And look, to go further into the Jaron Ennis and Teofimo Lopez situation, I find it funny how Teofimo Lopez is always sending offers to dudes when they know they occupy with other things, right? We could go all the way back to the Super El Matias situation. I don't know if you guys remember that, but this was back when Super El was the IBF junior welterweight champion of the world. And he had been calling out Teofimo Lopez to fight, and he still be calling him out to this day. Sonny Augustine, what's going on? I don't know if that's Augustine or I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, brother. But do y'all remember when after one of his fights, Subriel had a hand injury? The man had a blatant hand injury. And there was a certain time frame that he had to take in order to recover. So let's say it was fucking 2 to 3 months to heal or whatever the case is. And Subriel had a projected time to come back. Teofimo Lopez comes out of nowhere knowing that Subriel has a hand injury and states that he sent Subriel an offer to fight at this date when he knew damn well Subriel was not going to be available at that date to fight. He knew he was not going to be available at that date to fight. You feel what I'm saying? So, the man got a hand injury. He can't come back till this time, but you strategically put out an offer prior to when he's able to recover so you could be like, oh, well, I sent them an offer. They turned it down. You feel what I'm saying? He's acting like he's out here trying to make moves and make fights happen, but it always happens to be with people who's occupied with other shit or got bigger fish to fry. He's going to go around and say, oh, I sent Terrence Crawford an offer. He turned it down. Why would Terrence Crawford be worried about you when he could get a bigger bag fighting guys like possibly a Canelo Alvarez fight? That's not far-fetched from what I've been hearing. You know, he could fight Sebastian Fundora. That's a bigger fight than Teofimo Lopez. Any of the champions at 154 pounds will be more meaningful and a bigger bag for him in comparison to Teofimo Lopez. When has Teofimo Lopez ever shown to be able to sell? This man got all these problems at 140, but he wants to worry about everybody else. Moving on. And correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. If I'm out here slipping with my information, tell me that I'm wrong. But let's move on. Now we worried about the Jaron Ennis situation. He sent Jaron Ennis an offer. Just like I said with the Virgil Ortiz negotiations. Jaron Ennis told you off of the rip that his main objective was to unify the welterweight division. That's what he has set in play. That's the goals that he wants to accomplish. And then he'll worry about the other shit once he accomplishes that feat, right? Makes a shit ton of sense. That's what he has in line. They was trying to, they sent the offer for Virgil Ortiz at 147 pounds. They seen it as a good opportunity. Oh, if it's at 147, let's do it. There was a miscommunication. They came back and said, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? They actually want the fight at 154. Virgil can't make 47. So Boots is like, all right, well, I'm not ready to go up at 54 yet because, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to unify at 47. Oh, that's a duck. Oh, you said you was going up to 54. He never said he was going up to 54. What he said was it's a possibility. You could contemplate something. Yeah, a lot of people are recognized contemplating an idea with actually, subscribing to the idea. You feel what I'm saying? So there's that. That's an old situation. We already talked about it. Teofimo Lopez knows that Jaron Ennis is looking to unify the division. He knows he's not worried about anything else. He just seen how the negotiations with Virgil Ortiz went. But here comes Teofimo Lopez sending Jaron Ennis an offer when he made it clear that he's not worried about anybody else but the champions at welterweight. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but Teofimo Lopez is not a champion in the welterweight division. So what the fuck makes Teofimo Lopez feel like Jaron Ennis is interested in fighting him? I just find it funny how he knows that the negotiations fell through with Virgil Ortiz and that he knows that Jaron Ennis is strictly worried about unifying as of right now. And he still goes to send the offer because he knows Jaron Ennis is going to turn it down. You feel what I'm saying? How about you send the offer to a motherfucker who actually wants to fight you? You feel what I'm saying? How about Arnold Barboza? You know what I'm saying? That's not the most demanded fight on Teofimo Lopez's list, but let's not act like the motherfucker ain't been number one at WBO for I don't know how long. How about you send an offer to Keyshawn Davis, who's been dying to fight you? Y'all under the same promotional company. That man been dying to fight you. He running down on you at boxing conventions and shit. You talking about you got to accomplish something. Oh, you got to accomplish something. Meanwhile, Steve Claggett didn't have to accomplish shit in order to fight you. You feel what I'm saying? What the fuck did Pedro Campa had to do to get a fight with you? Are they more accomplished than Keyshawn Davis? Nigga, no. Then how about you send an offer to Richardson Hitchens? He just called you out. He want to rumble. Brooklyn versus supposedly Brooklyn. Why don't you get that shit popping? Y'all can fight at the Barclays. Y'all can fight at MSG. What the fuck is the problem? How about people who actually think you fucking soft and want to rumble you, a.k.a. Devin Haney? Wasn't you just talking about how you wasn't ready to fight not too long ago when Turkey Al-Sheikh was trying to get something popping with you and Dev? Because you was in litigations with Top Rank. You ain't in litigations with Top Rank no more. From what I understand, Dev is planning on returning soon. Why don't you look at that fight? I'm sure Sandor Martin would take the rematch. I know. He knew that shit was easy work. You see what I'm saying? Like, why don't you send offers to motherfuckers who actually got some, plans on wanting to fuck you up? How about that? You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? Whenever somebody pull up on you and want to rumble you, you always got an excuse for why, you know what I mean? You ain't got to fight them. Meanwhile, you send the niggas offers that you know they're not going to accept because your logic going into the business is fucked up. Now, and then on top of that, you know what I mean? You already know that they involved in some whole other shit. He should rematch Sandor or Jermaine. You know he not gonna fight neither one of them anonymous. That man that man had a whole anxiety attack on stage after those fights. This man broke down crying with Jermaine. This man was questioning himself with Sandor, questioning his whole existence with the boxing shit. You feel what I'm saying? He not gonna take those opportunities, man. That's why he had to go fight a Steve Claggett. Because whenever he goes up against motherfuckers who could box and move, he looked like dog shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I wanted to expose about Teofimo Lopez. I know I've been talking about him a lot lately, but it's just a lot of shit that need to be exposed about him because he's such a fucking fake goofy. Such a fucking fake goofy. You sending niggas offers when they know they're not worried about you and they got other shit cooking up. You know what I mean? You going in with you coming in with crazy ass negotiations as if you the star when you not. It's like you don't like you wanna portray it like you interested in these dangerous fights, but you low key not because you already coming in with a wrong. You're not coming in with a humble mentality. You know you're not a bigger star than neither one of them dudes, Tank, Boost, or fucking Bud. But somehow in your head, you trying to make it seem like a 55-45 split in your favor makes sense. It doesn't. If it's somebody who claims to know the business of boxing and got takeover promotions, I hope you don't follow through with being a promoter because that business is going to shut the fuck down right away. Southwest Dice, that's a fact. That's a fact. We all know what type time T.O. be on, bro. He do this shit for publicity. He do that shit to keep his name relevant. He do it to keep motherfuckers like me and you talking about him. But the thing is, yeah, we talking about him, but it's not for a good reason. And each time we talk about these type of situations, his reputation continues to decline. So if you want to look at all publicity being good publicity, that's cool. But, you know, in the sport of boxing, I don't know if that's really true. You feel what I'm saying? Ghost 787 said, "Yo, Ghost, is you from Puerto Rico? Is that what the 787 is for? That's Puerto Rico area code, brother." He said if Claggett had T.O. busted like that, Matias would whoop him. Matias would have definitely broke T.O. the fuck up if Claggett would have did that to him for sure. T.O. still can't believe his BM with a brother. That's hilarious. Damn, it's raining like a motherfucker. You hear that? Sheesh. I hope my Wi-Fi don't get fucked up. Oh, you from New York, but you Puerto Rican though? That's what's up. Shout out to my New York Ricans, man. But yeah, man. So that's all I wanted to say about Teofimo Lopez. We ain't gonna drag that shit too much longer. You feel what I'm saying? Ryan and Tio, the biggest embarrassments in boxing. They just need to go ahead and fight each other. Battle of the fucking goofies. They just need to go ahead and fight each other. Battle of the fucking goofies. Oh, so that's just coincidental. Okay. The 787 was added by YouTube. Oh, shit. They must have knew something. But, all right, let's transition to the next topic, man. Let's talk about Floyd Mayweather. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to pull up an article for this one just to give you guys some more clarification because shit was kind of out of left field, but not necessarily a surprise. Ironically, the Jerusalem Post put something out about it. So let's get into it. Let me share the article. They say Floyd got hands put on him. I don't know though. I didn't see it on video. I just seen that shit was a little intense, and Floyd looked like he was panicking on the low. I mean, I would too, in all honesty. But let's get into this article now. This is the Jerusalem Post. It says boxer Floyd Mayweather attacked by mob in London over his Jewish support. Mayweather stated that he was proud to support the Jews. This comment led to a member of a crowd swinging a punch at the boxer. So the boy swung on Floyd. See, look, this is why not all money is good money. We know Floyd Mayweather has been doing, business with Jewish people for a long time. He's been pro-Israel for a long time. I remember not too long ago, he sent the jet filled with supplies and, you know what I'm saying? He's always been pro-Israel. You feel what I'm saying? And he's been all over Israel, just showing a whole lot of support and just really publicly publicizing it a lot. And I don't know, I'm not too big on politics. I don't know what's going on in the world, all like that. I just be giving a fuck about what I find interesting. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not the most, read up person when it comes to these wars and shit like that, but I do understand that, Israel is having conflict with Palestine, from what I understand. So it's very, it's a very sticky situation right now, and it's almost like, the people are divided on who they want to support. And it's like, if you support Palestine, people mad at you. If you support Israel, people mad at you. And Floyd has been a really big supporter of Israel. So as a result, a lot of these, Palestinians or people who are just for Palestine are not happy with Floyd as a result of that. So let's get into this article. It says boxer Floyd Mayweather was attacked by a mob after saying he supported Jews. Mayweather was shopping at a jewelry store in central London when he was surrounded by a crowd. Shit, they must have been waiting for his ass. They must have got the drop or something. How the whole crowd just pop up, ready to rumble him? The Daily Mail UK reported that, according to a source familiar with the situation, the boxer was asked if he supported Israel. So they pretty much set him up like, yo, you support Israel? And Floyd responded he was proud to support the Jews. This led to a member of the crowd swinging a punch at the boxer. I couldn't really see Floyd trying to throw any punches back. His guards were trying to distance between him and them. According to the videos posted on X, Mayweather could be seen shouting back at the crowd before being escorted out of the store in Hatton Garden. Let's continue reading. Let me see. This is just them talking about how he, did charities for Israel and shit like that. So that's what's going on with Floyd, y'all. That's what's going on with Floyd, man. They pretty much they set Floyd up. They was like, yo, man, let me ask you something, man. You support these you rock with the Jews? And Floyd like, yeah, I'm happy to support them. Shoop! Nigga threw a hook right at Floyd. Floyd probably dipped that shit too. He probably seen it and was like, oh, he probably rolled that motherfucker or something. Yeah, I mean, put that motherfucker defense on display. You feel what I'm saying? So yo, man, look, this is why. And this is the thing about Floyd. I don't know his business ventures, but I'm sure he got a lot of Jews involved with what he got going on. Because to keep it real, Jews really dominate this motherfucking planet. I ain't gonna lie to you in terms of like business ventures and just keeping the money within themselves and shit like that. So Floyd want to deal with those guys because they're gonna help him get in a position where he could become a billionaire if he isn't already, and put his family in some prestigious situations and stuff like that. Floyd real big on the money. Um, but at the same time, it's like you can't be moving a certain way and expect not to piss people off. There's people who family members are dying as a result of the conflict that's going on with Israel. So when they see somebody, Floyd being a black man, supporting Israel, is like, oh, you supporting the people that's oppressing my people. So that's a very triggering situation. You feel what I'm saying? So, Floyd, you know what I mean? I think he would have just been well off of the money he made off of boxing, but I guess he decided to, support this country and really, be prideful in this country to get a couple more dollars. But I guess all money ain't good money, man, because Floyd almost done got his ass whooped. Imagine if Floyd ain't had no security. Imagine if he ain't had no motherfucking security. What would have happened to him? Because Floyd said he be rolling around without security sometimes. Imagine if he ain't roll with security this time. They'd have beat the dog shit out of Floyd, in London. Probably would have poked his ass up. Because they not allowed to have guns over there, but they, like my boy Ghost said, he said them niggas they be having katanas. You know what I'm saying? They poke Cal Brook, they be poking niggas over there, bro. You feel what I mean? So I don't know. So that's a close call for Floyd. I see Floyd looking real nervous in the video. One person that came up and gripped Floyd, and then the security got him up off of him. That's a close call for Floyd. I never see Floyd in that type of danger before. Usually his security hold it down. I don't know what happened with the security. It seemed like they was all over the place. It looked like they wasn't really like ready for the conflict. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I guess all money ain't good money, man. Like, yeah, you get money with them Jews, but now you gotta watch yourself. Now you gotta watch behind your back and shit every time you walk out the crib because there's gonna be people that's gonna be targeting you as a result of you not minding your fucking business. You feel what I'm saying? You a black man, bro. You ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in Israel and Palestine and all that. Why are you taking it upon yourself to support that country? You're not from that fucking country. You know what I'm saying? Your people not affected by it, and you willingly did some cool shit and went against your own people on several occasions. Whenever black people needed you to stand up for them, you didn't. But for some reason, you want to stand up for Jewish people in Israel? Hmm. The kid sport. He said, we in New York, and if the Muslims see him out here is lit, Coach Mark, why would he take such a crazy political stance to get to that money with them Jewish people, man? You know, it was a business decision he made, but as a result, you know what I mean, he got a lot of people upset with him. He got a lot of people upset with him, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's what come with the game. You're gonna take the money, but as a result, now your safety is at risk. Now Floyd got to up his security, spend even more money on security, and you know what I'm saying? Pretty much stay up out of the public eye. And this is the thing too, especially if you in New York, like the kid said, if there's a mob of niggas, that security not gonna be able to do much. You know what I'm saying? I doubt you're gonna walk around with 10, 15 vans filled filled with security and shit like that. The security that you gonna bring to the table, you can bring that Great Wall of China that you brag about and shit. They ain't gonna stop 20, 30 niggas from running down on you and fucking you up, Floyd. Especially after this, now people really gonna think you sweet and they just gonna provoke you more. You know what I'm saying? You could have easily just stayed low key, you know what I'm saying? Invest that money on your own. You feel me? You made 9 figures off of boxing, bro. Did you necessarily need to do business with the Jews and take a pro Israel type stance? No, you didn't need to do that, but you did that to try to appease them. So because you a fucking coon, you deserve the shit that's going on with you right now. You feel what I'm saying? You deserve everything that's going on right now. Since you want to kiss the Jewish man ass and say, you know, and had a black people kiss your ass, you deserve this type of shit, Floyd. You's a fucking coon, cuz. So you gonna have to deal with coon consequences. And when all that shit come crumbling down with them Jewish people, don't be coming to black people to save you. That's typically what people do. They'll sell out their own people to go kiss somebody else's ass, go kiss the white man ass, whatever the case is. And then when that shit fall apart, now they want to come back to the people to, you know what I'm saying, get support. Too late for all that shit. When that shit happened with, you know, that blackface with the Gucci, oh, I'm gonna continue to support Gucci. I'm a leader, not a follower. When that dude that owned the Clippers, Donald Sterling, was saying he don't want no black people at his games. Ironically, the NBA is a predominantly black league. I mean, the best basketball players in the world are black. But Donald Sterling said he don't want no black people at his games. And he was like, "No, we're not going to do that. Donald Sterling has always been good to me." Uh, this man done said "fuck you" to black people as many times as he could, and went against them every time it was time to take a stance. Every time it was a time to stand up for black people, Floyd said, "Nah." But every opportunity he get, he kissing them Jewish people ass. So as a result, you should be harassed everywhere you go by either Palestinians or pro-Palestinian people. That's just what it is. You made your bed, now you gotta lay in it, nigga. Should have just minded your fucking business and I mean enjoyed the money that you made throughout your career. But you know, at the end of the day, Floyd don't got the best spending habits, so maybe he got to deal with them Jewish people to maintain his lifestyle. You feel me? So that's all I really got to say about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if somebody he said tell him come to pivot the whole gym swinging on him. I got a few Muslim people in my gym that would not be, you know, satisfied with Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And I've always heard that Floyd was a shitty person. You know what I'm saying? I man, I don't want to say the dude name, but I kind of do. You know, Floyd had a real close friend of his that came up with him in the Olympic team that ended up working uh, as one of his trainers. If y'all know his name, y'all know his name. If y'all real boxer heads, y'all know who I'm talking about. He came to my gym one time because he had a professional that was helping that needed sparring. So he came over to spar one of our pros at the time. And my dad had asked, like, how's everything with Floyd and shit like that? Like, how's it going? He was like, yo, Floyd, great fighter, not a good person. And this was Floyd's best friend when they was kids, bro. When they was kids. You feel what I'm saying? Dietrich Banner, he said, yo, what's up? My baby girl arrived today. Keep up the good boxing content. Oh, man, shout out to the boy Dietrich Banner for having a beautiful baby girl, man. Many blessings to you and your family. I hope that she grows to be strong and healthy as always, brother. That's a beautiful thing, man. Fatherhood is a beautiful thing. I don't know if that's your first child, but if it is, enjoy, my brother. Fatherhood is a beautiful thing. And it's not about you no more. It's all about that, that child. You got to make sure you raising them right. You know what I mean? Keeping them comfortable. You got to work your ass off to make sure that they okay. And you know what I mean? Be a great example for them. God bless your baby girl, my brother. And shout out to you for the $2 super chat as well. Your consistent support is always appreciated. That's a beautiful thing, man. Ain't nothing like having a child. My son a little sick right now, actually. I was supposed to have him today, but I had him stay with his mom for the day so, he could get a little better before he get to me. You feel what I'm saying? But I got him this weekend anyway, so uh, I went went to Target and stocked up on all these different medicines for him and, immunity boosters and shit like that, man. Fatherhood could come with some headaches, but it's a beautiful thing, brother. So congratulations. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about with Floyd Mayweather. You feel what I'm saying? Not all money, good money, my brother. Not all money, good money. Like, yeah, you getting a couple dollars, but you lost the people respect. When have people ever been known to swing on Floyd? When have y'all ever heard of that? I see Floyd get into one altercation with like T.I. at a motherfucking Waffle House or In-N-Out Burger. Besides that, never heard of anybody wanting to harm Floyd. He might get hecklers, but I never heard nobody run down on Floyd to try to hurt him or have a whole mob trying to go after him. But this is what happens when I don't mind y'all fucking business. Is being a father hard? I mean, for me, it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just a provider by nature. I always try my best to take care of the people that's around me. I just feel like that's what men are supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my girl need, I always try to get, what I'm saying? If her shit, she got kids. So even if her kids need something, I try to, if it's, in my if it's like my opportunity to help out, I help out. You know what I'm saying? My girl low key spoiled for real, for real. Her dumb ass sleep right now. Looking like a goddamn looking like a motherfucking piggy in a blanket right now. You feel what I'm saying? But oh, that's your first one. Congratulations, brother. Beautiful thing. They say daughters make fathers soft. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean? Be a great example of a man for your daughter. So when she grows up and it's time for her to find a man, she already knows what the standard is. You feel what I mean? I know that's a lot to think about right now. You just had your daughter, but I'm just saying, be a great example. Because a lot of women don't have them great father like, male figure examples. That's why they perceive men as being trash and, not knowing how to love men and shit like that because the first man that they grow to love is their father. So if you're a great example, you love into your daughter, you take care of her, you're attentive, you're there for them. You know what I'm saying? They'll have a completely different perception of men in comparison to women who don't have fathers. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? Choose wisely, move wisely, and whenever you make a move, whether it's a good move or a bad move, take your kids into consideration. You feel me? Because I know that's what I do. There be times where I feel like I'm ready to just go crazy. But what stops me is me being considerate of my son. Can my son, would it be a good idea for my son to not see me, You know what I'm saying? Being, shit like that, yeah, crashing out. My son done saved a lot of people. My son done saved a lot of situations from going off the rails. You feel me? Because if when I was young and selfish, it was all about what I wanted to do and how I wanted to go about things. But once you have a kid, you know what I'm saying, it's like your life revolves around that child. No matter what you do, yo, it affects your child. Good or bad thing, it affects your child. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's pretty much what it is, man. So let's get into the final. My son saved a lot of people. Yeah, it's a fact. My son saved a lot of people. Health. Saved a lot of people health, bro. I'm telling you. If it wasn't for my son, niggas would be assed out. Ali never needed security because people loved him. Because he actually stood for something, bro. And he actually stood for his people. You feel what I'm saying? He stood for his people. He stood for the right things. He went about things like a man. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't support people for financial gain. He didn't fucking he ain't sell his people out. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing with Tito Trinidad. Tito Trinidad, he like a god in Puerto Rico. Ain't nobody will ever disrespect Tito. When nobody ever goes to green with Tito unless they want to fucking die. I mean, when you do right by your people, they'll do right by you. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Legacy Mindset for that comment. That was a great point. Sons make fathers more angry. Shit, I already know my son gonna be hard headed, bro. Like my son try to open the fridge or some shit, and I close the fridge, bro. He headbutt my leg, like what the fuck? And I like tap his head, like, man, get off me, man. And like he'll really try to, and then like I'll give him like some juice while he mad or something. Like, all right, maybe a young boy thirsty or shit. I'll get him some juice, hand him the juice, and he smacked the shit out of my hand. He'll take the juice and throw it. I'm like, wow, this little motherfucker, bro. I was like, this little motherfucker, he crazy as shit. So I already know it. I know he gonna be a little headstrong motherfucker growing up. I already know. He headbutt me. He be smacking me. Smack me on my chest hard as shit. He rough for sure. And then the thing about my son too, like he don't fear nothing. So that's dangerous. You feel what I'm saying? Like I seen kids cry with Santa. This nigga just look at Santa like, I done put a mask on with this nigga. Won't he like a Michael Myers mask? He was young, wouldn't flinch. Like, wow. He's very strong. Strong, little aggressive motherfucker. They ain't got no type of fear. Like young boy just I seen kids cry with haircuts. And like he'll be getting a haircut and he won't even care. He be watching his little cartoons, they shaving his hair off, he don't give a fuck. Like he got a different mentality. I'm gonna teach him how to box, but he don't have to if he don't want to. If he wants to box and that's what he wants to do with his life, then you know what I mean, I'll be a little nervous as a parent, but I'll support him. Yeah. But if he don't want to do it, he don't have to do it. But he gonna learn how, as a man, you know what I mean, he gonna know how to defend himself. My son about to be what? Today is the 10th. In like 2 days, he'll be a year and a half. He'll be 18 months. He getting nice and tall too. But anyways, let's get into this last topic with Conor Benn, man. Conor Benn, you know what I mean? And shout out to my boy Anonymous for sending me this link, because if he didn't send it, I probably would have never saw it. I mean, let me actually pull this shit up because you already know when I try to share it, when I try to like share screen videos, for some reason to be lagging and shit like that. Let me try to find my phone real quick where this shit at. So I'm gonna play the audio. Let's play the audio. And we gonna talk about this shit, bro. We definitely gonna talk about this shit because Conor Benn, I don't know who gassed this nigga head up. And this just goes to show what his intentions are. So before I get into this video, Conor Benn, you already know what the play is with Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn right now. Like I said, it's clear. It's clear that, you know what I mean, Eddie Hearn is doing everything he can. Because he already convinced Boots to not really go for undisputed anymore. Because Boots went from going to, I want to become undisputed, to I want to at least unify the division, at least beat one or two champions before I'm done. So Boots already got in his head that there's a likelihood he won't be able to become undisputed. So Eddie Hearn, his whole thing is, look, my specialty is the UK boxing market. I've helped build the UK boxing market. I made millions upon millions of dollars with Anthony Joshua. However, Anthony Joshua's on his way out, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Anthony Joshua probably got like a good 2 years left in him, 1 year, 2 years, whatever the case is, then he walking out. So what Eddie Hearn is trying to do now is still take advantage of the UK boxing market. And how is he going to do that? He needs a new product, people. He needs a new product. So he needs to find somebody who has the name, and is going to be able to put asses in the seats in the UK. And who happens to be one of them people? Conor Benn, son of a legend. You know what I mean? I guess you could say he has an exciting style. He's well known in the UK. I just seen on Instagram alone, he has 1.2 million followers. Got to be majority, UK guys. And for a while, he was banned from fighting in the UK due to, failing for performance enhancement drug. But, since then, they've been able to reverse it, and now he's cleared to fight in the UK. So it's already set for, Conor Benn to, make his, get back in the mix over there. He only fought in the US because he couldn't fight in the UK, but now he's going to be back over there. So before he makes his return to the UK, Eddie Hearn is trying to make this man a world champion. So they've been trying to pick out one of the weakest links in the division, or at least somebody who had a shaky performance in their last bout, and it happens to be Mario Barrios. He struggled real bad against Abel Ramos. They seen some chinks in, Mario Barrios' armor. So they looking to exploit that and, walk away with a world title so they could bring it over to the UK. You know what I mean? Defend that title, hold that belt hostage. You know what I mean? Not really wanting any type of trouble, and put asses in the seats. Eddie Hearn is just attempting to rinse and repeat. This is things that we do know. So that's what's been going on with Conor Benn. And I guess he did this interview with Fight Hub. You know what I mean? Marcos Villegas, I believe he has Fight Hub. Yeah, Fight Hub TV. So shout out to Marcos Villegas for this. I don't really fuck with Marcos Villegas. He be pushing some bullshit out here sometimes. I don't really like his opinions and all that, but he does provide some quality interviews, because he's done it consistently for a few years already. So it's just a 1 minute clip that Dan the Boxing Man had put up on Twitter. And this is Conor Benn talking about how, if he wins the WBC title, he is only interested in big fights, not Boots Ennis. And the quote, before I get into the video, he said, "Who knows who Boots is? I was walking around Philly and Miami. Everyone is familiar with the Benn name in the States. Ennis comes to England and no one knows who he is. If you say big names, I don't look at him. I look at Pacquiao, Broner, Kell Brook, Khan. People invested in personality. There ain't much of that with Boots." So this nigga Conor Benn is talking about how he's more interested in fighting people like Pacquiao, who's been retired for a couple years now, and just did an exhibition recently. He, Conor Benn, ironically, did a face-off with Pacquiao not too long ago. Broner, somebody who just got his ass whooped by Blair Cowes and been shot for years, which Eddie Hearn admitted himself when Blair was talking to him. Kell Brook, somebody who's been retired for I don't know how long. Amir Khan, I don't know. He's been retired for how long, and he just got stopped. His last fight he got stopped against Kell Brook. People invested in personality. There ain't much of that with Boots. What the fuck are you talking about? So in order to get a fight with you, for you to be interested in the fight, a decorated fighter, shouldn't that be enough for you to be interested in fighting them? This just goes to show that Conor Benn does not intend on fighting Jaron Ennis or fighting an elite level guy, period. This dude is a fucking businessman. This dude is not no killer. He's already an insecure bitch as it is for using performance enhancement drugs in order to try to get off on Chris Eubank. He didn't believe in his abilities against Chris Eubank, and that's why he was looking for an advantage, moving up 2 weight classes. You feel what I'm saying? So now he back to 147 with no fucking pop on his punches like he used to. You know what I'm saying? That shit he knocked Chris Algieri with that shit he knocked out Chris Algieri with, shit not there no more. Motherfucker is walking through his punches. He's not this fucking big destroyer like his fucking father was, who I heard was a cheater as well. But regardless, that's a different story, and that wasn't proven. So I'm not about to put that out here. But what was proven was Conor Benn is a fucking drug cheat. So this is the dude who, now that, there's some fire on his ass and he can't use, performance enhancement drugs anymore, he's looking to get that world title against Barrios, who may be fucking easy work for him, or at least beatable, and then go over to the UK with his title and look for guys who have personality. And he admitted some things on here in the course of this interview, so let's get into it.
In boxing, 47, but who knows who Boots is? Yeah. No, genuinely. Who knows who? Like, I was walking around Philly. People going, "Oh, I can't."
First of all, you was not walking in Philly, nigga. You was at a hotel. You was at one of the best hotels in Center City. Cut it the fuck out. You was not in Philly, bro. Stop it. Because if you was where I was, nigga, you probably wouldn't have made it home to the UK intact. Fuck is you talking about? Then on top of that, who knows Boots? Maybe in the UK you're more popular than Boots because that's your fucking home country. But in terms of like the overall boxing world, especially like casual boxing fans, especially in the States, Boots is more known than you, bro. People in the US don't fucking know no Conor Benn, bro, especially casual boxing fans. Casual boxing fans, they'll know Boots before they know Benn. The fuck? When the fuck Conor Benn ever been this big ass name that people fucking paid attention to in the States? The fuck going on? Anyways, let's go back. Just listen to this man's, words.
In boxing, 47, but who knows who Boots is?
Yeah. In boxing, who knows who Boots is?
Who knows who? Like,
everybody, dickhead.
I was walking around Philly. People going, "Oh, Conor Benn, man, big fan, round side streets."
You was not in those side streets in Philly, cuz. Cut it the fuck out. What you was down South Street getting a pizza, dickhead, a cheesesteak? Stop it.
Then I've gone to Miami, and the same thing then. While I'm running, Conor Benn, big fan. Fellow Americans.
Conor Benn is really trying to play it like people know him in the States, bro. Like just random people come up to him and know him. The fucking arrogance of this fucking docile is sensational.
So for them saying I'm not a big name in the States,
you're not.
Everyone's familiar with the Benn name over there in the States.
Everybody is familiar with the Benn name in the States. Nigga, who? It reminded me of Tyson Fury's stupid ass. He was going all around asking, do y'all know who Deontay Wilder is? Do you know who Deontay Wilder is? See, nobody knows who Deontay Wilder is. See, nobody. But you got your biggest, before Turkey Al-Sheikh started pouring bread on your stupid ass, your biggest payday came from Deontay Wilder. You made a shit ton of money in those 3 fights you did with Deontay Wilder, but nobody knows who Deontay Wilder is. Fucking idiot.
Ennis come to England, no one know who he is. Apart from the boxing community, great fighter, second to Crawford.
You sound like an idiot, bro. You said besides the box, you just said in boxing. Yo. Listen to this. Listen to the first words he said in this statement.
In boxing, 47, but who knows who Boots is?
In boxing, who knows who Boots is, right? Let's fast forward. Then he says, besides the boxing fans, but you just said in boxing. You said in boxing. Your first statement was
in boxing.
In boxing.
But who knows who Boots is?
Who knows who Boots is? Then you go on to say, besides the boxing fans in the UK, nobody knows who Boots is. You just said in boxing, dickhead.
Great fighter, you know. States. Everyone's familiar with the Benn name over there in the States.
Cap, nigga.
Ennis come to England, I think no one know who he is. Apart from the boxing community, great fighter, you know. Second to Crawford, in my opinion, if you're talking welterweight division.
Did y'all hear that? Let's rewind that.
Ennis come to England, I think no one know who he is. Apart from the boxing community, great fighter, you know. Second to Crawford, in my
great fighter. Great fighter. Second to Bud in the welterweight division. You know you're in the welterweight division though, right? Like you do know that. So you're basically admitting that Boots is better than you. Great fighter, second to Bud, but he's a nobody. How can you give somebody that much props and then go on to say that, you know, he's like you essentially saying he's a nobody because nobody knows him?
If you're talking welterweight division, you know, he's that guy. I've made no secret in calling for that fight. But if you're saying big names, I don't look at him and go big names. I look at big names and go.
So he's the second best welterweight in the world, but he's not a big name.
He's that guy. I've made no secret in calling for that fight. But if you're saying big names, I don't look at him and go big names. I look at big names and go Pacquiao.
Pacquiao, big name. Somebody who's been. When did he fight Ugas, bro? When did Pacquiao fucking fight Ugas? Because now I'm getting tight. When the fuck did Pacquiao fight Ugas? Because that was his last professional fight. That was in fucking 2021. So this nigga ain't fighting 3 years. And you talking about how he's a big name. Bro, he's fucking retired, bro. You might as well should have mentioned Floyd name. You might as well should have said Miguel Cotto. All these niggas retired. The fuck is you talking about? Stupid ass nigga.
The Broners, the Kell Brooks.
Broners. Somebody who done got his fucking tooth knocked out, elbow broke, just got his ass whooped fighting Blair Cobbs a couple months ago. That's a big name. Big name.
No secret in calling for that fight.
Uh-huh.
But if you're saying big names,
Pacquiao.
I don't look at him and go big names. I look at big names and go Pacquiao, the Broners, the Kell Brooks, the
Kell Brooks and Khans, bro. Holy shit. Kell Brook last fight was against, ironically, Amir Khan, and that was 2 fucking years ago. This nigga ain't fighting 2 years. Then on top of that, Kell Brook been washed. Amir Khan, do we really got to talk about Amir Khan? The motherfucker been on reality shows, and he ain't fighting 2 years neither. They were both so washed up that the winner and the loser retired after they fought. How often do you see that? Kell Brook and Amir Khan, that fight was so fucking over-marinated. They didn't want to box no more, but they fought each other for the check, and they both walked away from the sport and haven't been back since then. So you just mentioned 3 out of the 4 fighters that you just mentioned as big names. Pacquiao, retired. Kell Brook, retired. Amir Khan, retired. Adrian Broner, washed up, mate. Unbelievable. It's a fucking idiot. So you going out your way to act like Boots ain't no fucking name. And then when you mention names, 3 out of the 4 people you fucking mentioned hung their gloves up years ago. Anthony Latham. So you want to fight past it fighters. You think you will win. Got it. Absolutely. He's exposing the plot right now. This is why I put in and I was about to say this shit. I was going to save it for the end. But since you brought it up, Anthony, great comment. Conor Benn shows to be a true duck. Because look, he's telling you what his intentions is. He's showing you what his intentions is. He don't want to fight no top tier opposition. He don't want those fucking problems. Like I said, He already showed you that he an insecure motherfucker because he take performance enhancement drugs. Caleb Plant said it best. Fighters who take performance enhancement drugs do not believe in themselves. If they did, they wouldn't feel the need to take something to have an advantage against a fighter. Absolute fact. Conor Benn already done showed who he was. Pussy, right? So now he going out of his way to try to make some bullshit ass points that motherfuckers, because Boost don't, he doesn't have personality. That's not a fight that he's looking for. Instead, he's looking for a Pacquiao, Broner, Amir Khan, Kell Brook. That's what he's looking for. Neither one of those dudes are relevant in the sport of boxing right now. And 75% of these motherfuckers are retired. 3 out of the 4. Then at the same time, just admit it. When he's in the welterweight division himself, he says that besides Bud, Jaron Ennis is the best welterweight in the world. So although he's trying to discredit Boost's, popularity and shit like that, he's made it clear that Boost is better than him. You know what I'm saying? He admitted that he's a phenomenal fighter, and he admitted that he don't want no trouble with Boost. He would rather fight old washed up niggas who don't got it no more. Boy trembling like Popeye without his spinach. That's a fact. That's exactly what it is. But when he on that spinach, he was flexing like a motherfucker, right, Ghost? Let's finish this shit off.
Characters, people invest in, personality. There ain't much of that.
He said there's not much personality. Not much personality. Let's watch the whole thing in its entirety without, pausing it.
In boxing, 47, but who knows who Boots is? No, genuinely, who knows who? Like,
hold on. Did you hear Marcos? Did you hear Marcos Viegas? He was like, like he already know you talking bullshit off of the rip. My fault. Let it play.
In boxing, 47, but who knows who Boots is? No, genuinely, who knows who? Like, I was walking around Philly. People going, Conor Benn, man, big fan, round side streets. Then I've gone to Miami, and the same thing then. While I'm running, Conor Benn, big fan. Fellow Americans. So for them saying I'm not a big name in the States, everyone's familiar with the Benn name over there in the States. Ennis come to England, no one know who he is. Apart from the boxing community, great fighter. Second to Crawford, in my opinion, if you're talking welterweight division. He's that guy. I've made no secret in calling for that fight. But if you're saying big names, I don't look at him and go big names. I look at big names and go Pacquiao, the Broners, the Kell Brooks, the Khans, characters, people invest in, personality. There ain't much of that.
You got to come down to the promised land, my nigga. 235 acres. We farming our own chickens, homie. Thousands of chickens, thousands. Running around everywhere, quack, quack, quack. Talk about next level shit, homie.
This is what boxing has come to, ladies and gentlemen. I swear to God. Like, I want to blame boxing fans for this because they just allow. But you know who I'm gonna start blaming, bro? I'm gonna really start putting this shit on the media, bro. Because, and shout out to Champ Side, bro, because Champ Side, he ain't allowed Tim Bradley to say all that goofy shit that he was saying about, Devin Haney and all that shit. He made up some valid points. He held Tim Bradley accountable for that bullshit he was saying. But 99, and I don't consider myself media at all. I'm just a nigga that be on here just talking boxing, chopping it up, building my, supporters. You know what I'm saying? Just building up this channel. I'm not a media dude. I don't get media credentials. I don't do many interviews. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna consider myself a media outlet. I just talk boxing from the perspective of a boxing coach from Philadelphia. 99%. I swear, obviously, like 95% of these media outlets, bro, they pussy, bro. And of course, you want to have like a neutral point of view, and you know what I'm saying? You want to be as unbiased as possible. You want to have a level of objectivity. I respect that. You feel what I'm saying? But it's different when you allow fighters to spew bullshit. You allow promoters to spew bullshit. You allow managers, lawyers, whoever the fuck you interviewing, trainers, you allow them to spew bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? And there's no resistance on your side. Even when you know they bullshit and you don't have the testicular fortitude to hold them accountable or at least dispute what they're saying. I'll be damned. Cause look, I don't make no fucking money off fucking YouTube. I tell y'all this shit all the time. I don't make enough money to be kissing anybody ass or just be letting them say whatever the fuck they want to say on here. You say some fucking bullshit, I'll be damned. If I let that shit slide. You said Floyd just posted about it? All right, let's check it out. Let's see what Floyd had to say about it. Okay, it was actually the first thing that popped up on my fucking page. All right, let's go. So Floyd says, "Let me set the record straight. There's no truth to the rumors going around. I wasn't punched or touched in any way." That's a pause. "What you're seeing is just my security doing their job and keeping things under control. I was in UK for a quick 48-hour stop to do some shopping, but unfortunately, people let jealousy and negativity fuel false stories. I'm perfectly fine, and there's nothing more to it." Floyd, cut it the fuck out. You know them people was on your ass because you be cooning for them Jewish people. It's cool. And ironically, when I refresh my timeline, Muhammad Ali pops up with the people behind him. No security. Shout out to the man Muhammad Ali, the greatest to ever do it. You feel me? One of the greatest man to ever box. I'm gonna say that. You lying like a motherfucker, bro. Trying, trying to get that heat up off of him. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to the boy Anthony Latham with another comment. He says the formula today is to call out guys you know you won't fight to get some buzz to your name, to fight clear victories and not challenge yourself. Sad. That's a fact. And you know what's crazy? These dudes be getting rewarded for that shit. Edgar Berlanga did it, got rewarded with a Canelo Alvarez fight. Jaime Munguia did it, got rewarded with a Canelo Alvarez fight. You feel what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia did it, cashed out on the Gervonta Davis fight. These dudes, and this is why I really praise even the fighters I'm not big fans of. I praise them when they do legacy defining shit. That's why I praise them when they actually show some type of balls in the ring. Why? Because a lot of fighters nowadays, they don't have the balls to take chances. You feel what I'm saying? They scared to lose they scared to lose, you know what I'm saying, some type of notoriety in the sport. They scared to get smaller paydays if they come up short. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, like Mike Tyson said, these niggas ain't killers, they businessmen. Well, he said he didn't say it like that. He said that I'm a killer, everybody else businessman. But you get what I'm saying. You know what I mean? They said Buddy got punched on. I heard they swung on Floyd. The nigga that was recording was like, yo, they just punched on Floyd. I don't know if the punch landed or it didn't land, but it was some physicality going on. I know that. The one you could watch in the video, the one dude had Floyd gripped up by the shoulders, and then the security got him up off him. You know what I'm saying? They got him in that car and got him the fuck up out of there. Hassan 7, he says, London is my hometown. We don't play. If you want to support Zionists and stand on business when the heat comes to you, I hope Ryan comes next. Yo, that's what I was gonna say, bro. Because the UK, it seemed like them niggas stand on business, man. Guys like Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, they done been disrespecting black people hard and hard ERs and all types of monkeys and shit like that. And I heard, Ryan Garcia say shit about supporting Zionists and shit like that. So, he definitely need to make that trip to the UK. I want to see that shit. But that shit probably done raised Ryan Garcia's antennas. He ain't gonna go over there. They was gonna run down on Floyd. They definitely would have ran down on him. Floyd got way more respect than Ryan. So they did that shit to Floyd. Yeah, Ryan Garcia gonna stay up out of the trap for sure. But You know what I'm saying? The UK actually be motherfucking, Ryan Garcia and T.O. say racist shit about black people, and then black people coming up to them asking for pictures at fights. You know what I'm saying? I wish we stood on business how the way them UK dudes do. But maybe, just maybe. You know what I mean? It's too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? Talent and true work is outweighed by popularity. It's backwards. That's a fact, Anthony. I'm glad you see what I see, brother. We in tune. We clicking right here. You feel what I'm saying? We definitely clicking right here. So that's these we gotta have these media outlets responsible, bro. Because even the media back in the day, you know what I'm saying? They used to hold fighters accountable. Like I remember Brian Kenny used to come at Floyd when Floyd decided to fight Zab Judah. Brian Kenny was right at him, like, yo, he just came off of a loss. So how does he deserve a world title shot? Why you ain't fighting this guy? Why you ain't fighting that guy? You would never hear none of these media outlets press fighters how the way they did back in the day. Because they so scared to lose a credential. They so scared to, you know what I'm saying? Be on the fighter's bad side. Bro, like, they would rather let a nigga lie than question him. Yeah, Floyd drove off fast in a motherfucking hurry. Yeah. Shit, bricks. Next time, if he ever go to London, well, I'm sure he'll go to London again. But next time he go to London, bro, that security gonna look like a motherfucking mosh pit. That shit gonna look like a Michael Jackson concert. Then they gonna have like 80,000 security guards with him, just ready to go. That nigga gonna flood the streets with security next time he go to London. Scared for his life. Turkey ass nigga. But yeah, man. Not all money, good money. You sold your people out for $1. You getting involved in the wrong shit, so now niggas pressing you about it. You gotta stand up to it. You like that money that much, you gotta deal with the bullshit that come with it. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Conor Benn, and this is exactly why he don't deserve a title shot, bro. We gotta remove fighters with these types of intentions from being in prestigious opportunities. First of all, Conor Benn, he trying to skip the line just like everybody else, bro. Didn't fight nobody. He fought all these washed up guys. You know what I'm saying? All right, he beat a Chris Algieri. That's cool. You see what I'm saying? He beat a former world champion. All right, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Let me go through Conor. Let me see Conor Benn resume real quick. Let's see the guys he beat. I think he beat like Chris Van Heerden. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't nobody notable. We only know him because he fought Spence. But Chris Van Heerden, Chris Algieri, Adrian Granados. You know what I mean? Samuel Vargas. You know what I'm saying? Like he beat some guys that I know of personally, but these other guys, you know what I mean, not so much. You know what I mean? They not so much. They not known at all. But he got a Chris Algieri, former world champion. You know what I'm saying? Adrian Granados, tough journeyman. Samuel Vargas, journeyman. But he didn't fight nobody notable, nobody dangerous, nobody that people ever perceived, as a favorite against him, anything like that. So I really pray and hope that this dude does not get an opportunity against Mario Barrios, because they might find a way to give him that world title. And once they give him that, it's gonna be a shit show from then on. Bunch of turkeys. You know what I mean? Just racking up title defenses, selling out the O2, selling out the Wembley, all this bullshit without fighting anybody notable. He took P.O. Yeah, he beat Pete Dobson. According to BoxRec, Pete Dobson was 16-0 when he fought Benn. But who was Pete Dobson really? Pete Dobson wasn't really a notable name at welterweight neither. He lost to Jalil Hackett. Jalil Hackett only had like 8 fights when Pete Dobson fought him. Pete Dobson had double the experience and still lost to Jalil. So, how could we rate this dude as like some notable name? Pete Dobson ain't nobody. Who he beat? You feel me? He ain't no world champion. I don't even know if he ever had like an interim title, regular title. He ain't even have the regular belts. He ain't nobody. Yeah. Pete Dobson was giving him work. Pete Dobson was cracking Benn. You feel what I'm saying? They know that Benn ain't shit without the juice. That's why they trying, You know what I mean? They trying to get that belt and then lay low. That's what they trying to do. They trying to get that belt and lay low. He told you. He said that he would rather fight Pacquiao, Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Adrian Broner in comparison to fighting Jaron Ennis. When Jaron Ennis is more relevant than all of those guys and will probably be a bigger fight than all of those guys. Who's gonna buy into Manny Pacquiao versus Conor Benn? Who the fuck is gonna pay into who's gonna really invest their money in Broner versus Conor Benn? Who the fuck is gonna Amir Khan, Kell Brook, against Conor Benn in the UK? All right, they might do some money, but who's gonna think much of that fight? You're gonna get criticized like a motherfucker because niggas know, what I mean, there ain't no good fight to be made. Yeah, Ben, to keep it 1,000, yeah, Boost will stop Conor Benn with the quickness. You know what I'm saying? If you let Boost hit that, and Pete Dobson, and no disrespect to him, but he is very slow. Like hand speed, like very slow. Like he ain't got no speed on his punches. He still was catching Conor Benn clean. I seen Pete Dobson double up on a hook, hit the body, yop, then bring it up to the head. He went yop, yop, caught Conor Benn clean as shit. You know what I mean? So imagine with the hand speed that Boost got, he laying that same combination. That motherfucker Ben gonna be doing the cat daddy in that motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, Conor Ben know what it is. He admitted that Boost is, the best besides Bud, the best welterweight in the world. And Conor Ben, what I mean, he should be saying that he's better than Boost because he's at the welterweight division. But you know what I mean? He telling you what it is. He don't want that smoke. He don't want that smoke with Boots. He don't want no trouble for real. You know what I'm saying? He's sheltered. He a baby. You know what I mean? He a baby that stay inside the crib. He don't hop off the porch. He don't come outside. Because he don't want to deal with that fire that might come out as soon as he get off them steps, you heard? So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. That's the type of dude that, kind of Ben is. He revealing himself before he even get into that opportunity, before he become a world champion, he already letting you know what type of time he on. So if he ends up beating Barrios and getting that world title, don't expect much from him. Don't expect much from him, bro. Because you already know WBC gonna be happy getting their little 2-3%, however much they getting, and they not gonna force him to fight no mandatories if he bringing stupid money in. They want to keep that. They want to keep them checks coming in. They gonna do the same shit with Conor Benn. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did with Canelo Alvarez. Remember they were supposed to mandate, Canelo to fight Benavidez, and that people was going around. Why didn't Benavidez activate his mandatory? Bro, it's up to the sanctioning body to activate the mandatory. This ain't a motherfucking money in the bank match where, a nigga could be lacking in the ring and somebody cash in. It's a nigga run in with the suitcase and cash it out and then pin the nigga and become world champ. Bro, it don't work like that. You feel what I'm saying? Hella videos of Floyd getting chased out on X. I'm gonna go check that shit out. But you know what I'm saying? They're gonna do the WBC gonna let Conor Benn slide how they let Canelo slide. Because it's all about the money with them. You feel me? He ain't never gonna look in Booth's direction. I did think that Eddie Hearn was gonna cash Ben out once he realized he can't have him fight in the UK no more. But since they gave him the green light in the UK, I think Eddie Hearn gonna be like, you know what? Let me just keep this nigga over there and run them checks up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take that profit and then invest it into these American fighters, or at least invest into the American boxing market. Cause that's all Eddie Hearn really did. He took them profits from AJ, you know what I'm saying, and expanded out to the US and started gathering US fighters as a result of that. You feel what I mean? So he about to get that. He about to put some money up. He probably gonna offer Mario Barrios a bag he cannot refuse, because that's what he did to get Charles Martin and AJ. He still want that Eubank bag, but Eubank been real hard, been real difficult in negotiations from what I understand. And I'm hearing Eubank about to go fight Laura. You know what I'm saying? So Eubank might be caught up with that. And Conor Benn gonna have to, look into Barrios' direction. Eubank has always been like that. That's what I heard. But when you grow up with money, you know what I mean? When you grow up with money, you know what I mean? When you get certain dollars thrown your way, it's like, oh, that's I mean, he not really impressed by it. He grew up around it. So, you know what I mean? You really gotta give him something that's, worth considering. Cause if not, I mean, he done been had that money. He already done seen that money. You not showing him nothing impressive. That's probably the type time that you bank on. Or maybe he just you know what I mean? Maybe he trying to play it safe too. He probably got a little turkey in his blood. You know what I mean? He probably got a little gobble gobble running through his veins. You don't know. If Barrios was sound defensively, I would pick him to beat Ben. But he's not. His feet has always been an issue. You know what I'm saying? His defense has always been an issue. He's very easy to hit, especially if you punch in combinations. And one thing about Conor Ben, he loves to punch in combinations. He got a good gas tank. Even though he wasn't hurting them last couple opponents he had, he was punching in combinations and outworking dudes. And he's shown to have he's shown to be able to fight consistently throughout 12 rounds. So he might fuck around and beat Barrios. Unless Barrios get to him first and light him up, which I don't think so. I think Boots is Ben is more defensively sound than Barrios. You know what I mean? I think he's more aware of his defense than Barrios. So I don't think he'll be getting hit as clean as Barrios would get hit. And the thing about Barrios too, he already got orbital issues. His nose swell up his face reacts really bad to punishment. So you ain't even gotta be a hard hitter to break Barrios up. If you just hit him enough, his face could really swell up, and then that's when the doctor's gonna start taking a look. You know what I mean? Stanionis with a cook Ben. Now that's a good fucking fight. That's a good fight. I might get Stanionis for that one. Stanionis might be too much of a dog, too strong for that nigga. Especially if Ben ain't on that juice. You heard? Yeah, yeah. Valdez is a good comparison. That's a good comparison. Yeah, yo, Barrios almost took that L, bro. He almost took that L. Boots will stop Ben. That's a fact, James. Will stop him. Boots would treat Ben like a sparring partner. If we keep it at 1,000, like we'll really treat him like a sparring partner. But Ben don't want them problems, bro. Nigga said, Khan. He said, I want to fight somebody with personality. I want massive fights. With Con, Kell Brook, Brona. I want to fight Brona, Pacquiao. I want to fight these guys. Boots doesn't have personality. I want to fight guys with personality. Shit sad, bro. My boy Anonymous said, I hate how people are talking about Boots after that performance. I'm seeing boxing fans got Boots labeled as a come forward fighter now. Yeah, look, man, that's how you know they don't know what the fuck they watching, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is how easy it is to sway boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll pay attention to one narrative and be like, oh, you know what? He's right. And then just rock with that, copy and paste it. They don't go back, do any type of research, look at fights for themselves before they formulate their own opinion. They just hear what other people say and duplicate it. You feel what I'm saying? So, you can't really listen to these guys, man. Like, if you a true boxing enthusiast, if you really tuned into the sport of boxing, Boots one of the most well-rounded fighters in the entire sport of boxing today. In reality, you can't really say Boots can't do anything in the ring. I've seen Boots use great lateral movement. I've seen him use a great jab. I've seen him use rank, understand distance really well. I've seen him counterpunch well. I've seen him punching combinations well, be elusive. I've seen a little bit of everything. So to consider Boots a come forward fighter, niggas don't know what they talking about. I don't remember if what was that dude name? You a ball for some shit like that. This real short, rugged ass Russian dude that Boots fought had Boots on the back foot, and Boots had a punch going backwards. Was dude a notable name? Not really, but the dude was able to push Boots back in spots, and Boots showed that he could punch going backwards. So if motherfuckers need to do their homework before they come out with these accusations and shit like that, bro. Recency bias is a motherfucker. That's all I can really say. You know, it's like they'll watch a one fight, they'll watch a fight and just forget about what niggas did throughout their whole career. Boots can fight in every style. That's a fact. Box inside, box outside, play counter puncher, be first. He could be an outboxer. He could be slick. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. He could be a defensive specialist in there. Well, Boots really focuses on his defense. He don't be getting hit, bro. This when he don't respect niggas' power and stay too long in the pocket with them is when, them dudes be laying this shit on him. But when he got his mind made up that he gonna be sharp, and be defensively sound, they not touching him, bro. I've seen that happen in real life. These dudes, Bozy and them, they do defense drills just as much as they do sparring. They defense is so down packed over there. You know what I'm saying? Thousands upon thousands of hours of repetition. Like, them niggas not gonna be able to fuck with him. Once he got his mind made up, bro, or once he really is interested in the fight that he's taking part in, it's over. Because all of 2024, Boots has not been able to get the fights that he's been wanting. Did I see the second part of YSM? Yeah, I seen that shit. I posted it in the group chat. Coffee, you gotta join the group chat, man. You be bullshitting. I'm starting to think you catfish, cuz. But I posted it on there, and Boots pretty much said how he wants to sit all the champions down and work something out with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Brian Norman, he talking about how he got Brian Norman number, and he got some details and all that shit, but he not gonna let it out until the fight get put together and shit like that. So yeah, I saw that. T.O. isn't clout chasing. He with the Juice Crew. Oh shit. He with the Juice Crew. So now he confident now, Jay. That's what you saying? That's what you telling me? Oh shit. I guess you is, man. Cause you scared to interact with people outside of YouTube and make me think that you pretending to be somebody else. We done try to get you to be part of the gang a couple times. You should be bullshitting. He said for sure. Oh, all right. But I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that came through and showed love to the channel, man. We got into some great conversations, had a great, audience as well. Thank you very much. You feel what I'm saying? I was supposed to drop a video today. You know what I mean? I didn't really had the time to do so. So my apologies for that. I'll be back at y'all with another video. I'll be back at y'all with another live tomorrow. Be on the lookout for that one. But until then, salute to the nation, salute to the mob. Please hit the like button on the way out. Please subscribe to the channel if you're interested in current, relevant, knowledgeable boxing talk. You feel what I'm saying? This is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.